This is a CBS 42 Storm Track Severe Weather Update.
All right, everyone, thanks so much for joining us. We are continuing to track Hurricane Nate. Here is the live pictures, actually some video that we have of a parking deck in Biloxi, Mississippi. We know that the storm has made landfall as a Category 1. We are going to continue to track this. And on that note, let me send it over to Storm Track meteorologist Nate Harrington, who's going to update us on the storm's track this morning. Hey, Nate, what do we got?
Hey, the storm's track, like you said, around 12:30 this morning, made landfall near Biloxi, right over Keesler Air Force Base. And ironically enough, that's actually where the Hurricane Hunter aircrafts are stationed. So let's get right to it. Storm Track radar is showing you exactly where Hurricane Nate is residing. We're expecting another update, a preliminary update from the National Hurricane Center here in just about an hour or so, giving us an update on the wind speeds and also the forecast track. So Nate, about now 40 miles or so north of the spot where it made landfall near Biloxi. And that's important because when you subtract that time and distance and divide it all up, it's slowed down a little bit. It was moving around 20 miles per hour when it made landfall, but it's now slowed down a bit. And that means all of the impacts and the timing of what we were expecting here in central Alabama moves back just a few hours. So we'll talk about the timing in a second. I want to show you the impacts, the heaviest of the rain and the strongest of the winds right now near the center of circulation, but still, you go off to the east about 70 to 80 miles into the Florida Panhandle. Folks in Escambia, Santa Rosa counties seeing very strong winds, and also these feeder bands that are moving up, producing lots of heavy rainfall. So they're expecting storm surge flooding and also flash flood warnings in effect now for a good chunk of the Alabama and Florida coastlines. These counties have just been inundated with water over the last several hours. We're starting to see some heavier rainfall near us now in the southwest corner of our viewing area, from Tuscaloosa County down through Hale, Greene, and Perry counties, and then north into the northeast corner of our viewing area for folks in Etowah, Cherokee, Cleburne, Calhoun counties. None of this is accompanied with any severe weather or much in the way of wind. This is all just some light and moderate rainfall at this hour. It is associated with Nate, but we haven't seen the really big impacts come in just yet. We do have some watches and warnings out right now. We have a tornado watch, and this goes until 10 o'clock. You see that it's for south of our viewing area. It's for Montgomery and points south, including Monroeville, Camden, Troy, Opp, down in Dothan and the Wiregrass. We actually have a crew in Monroeville. Scott McDowell and also Storm Track meteorologist Sarah Canty are down there in the Weather Alert Unit. They've been tracking the storm ever since it was in Gulf Shores, and they're traveling north now, headed back a little bit closer to central Alabama. But the tornado watch goes until 10 o'clock. Then we have more warnings to talk about. A tropical storm warning, that goes until Tuesday. That's just kind of an arbitrary time. I think we'll drop that tropical storm warning once Nate moves out late on Sunday night. And then we have a flash flood watch. That also goes until Sunday at 10 o'clock. The flash flood watch, I'm not 100% sold on it just because Nate is moving pretty quickly. I don't think we're going to have enough water in the short amount of time to produce flash flooding. It's possible that some spots will, just because of the training nature of some of the feeder bands that move on, but something we'll have to definitely watch here over the next several hours. I know we've got a lot more video to take a look at. Alex, back over to you.
Yeah, you know what, Nate, talking about that video, I actually want to show you guys some video that we just had come into our newsroom. This that you're about to see is in Mississippi and also South Alabama. Take a look at this. Rain is causing flooding issues already in Biloxi. We actually showed you the video at the top of our cut-in. We know that there was enough rain that fell to move a dumpster completely across that street. You see it still gliding there to the left of your screen. The storm hit Biloxi with winds of 85 miles per hour around 12:30 this morning, as you just heard Nate talk about. Also in Biloxi, take a look at this. This really speaks to the impact of Hurricane Nate. Cell phone video captures firefighters walking through a hotel casino. You can see the water is ankle deep in the hotel stairwell. We know firefighters walk out to the flooded streets in this video. You see them there. So far, storm surges of up to 4 to 5 feet have been reported along the Gulf Coast in Mississippi and also in Alabama. We also know Hurricane Nate's effects are already being felt across Alabama. This is from Orange Beach, and in this video, you can see how high those winds are and all the rain coming down in that area. You kind of see the wind just whipping around, the rain, just whipping around there because of how strong that wind is. A hurricane warning is still in effect from the Pearl River to the Alabama-Florida border. All right, now check out this video here. This is actually from our sister station, WKRG. This is from Dauphin Island down in Mobile County, and the island reported flooding yesterday, and police actually closed the causeway north of the Dauphin Island Bridge, and they say it was already covered with heavy debris and salt water. Of course, definitely not safe conditions at all. Water was already over the top of the causeway over Mobile Bay less than an hour ago. And I mean, the video, guys, just keeps rolling on in. Some incredible images here and on social media that we have been seeing throughout the morning, well into last night as well. Storm Track meteorologist Nate Harrington is back with us. And Nate, you know, I know you've been seeing a lot of this video as well. You've been here for several hours tracking this.
Yeah, and some of the greatest video that we've seen so far has been from some of the storm chasers that only do these kind of events. They do hurricanes. And this is from Mike Thies. He's been down in Biloxi visiting some of the casinos. They're not playing blackjack tonight. They are avoiding big-time floodwaters. And this is the Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino. This is the first floor lobby. About, I don't know, 3 to 4 feet of water in the lobby. It's unbelievable to see. He was down in the parking deck earlier with storm chaser Reed Timmer. He and Reed Timmer both chasing what the effects of Hurricane Nate have been, and it's just been piling up water. The storm surge inside those hotels and casinos anywhere from 4 to 5 feet. And those casinos, if you've ever been to Biloxi, they lay right on the water. There's Reed Timmer out in the middle of it. I would never advise this for anybody that values their safety, because that is not smart. However, they're trying to get good video for us all, and that's definitely what that was. But Mike Thies and Reed Timmer, and also Jim Eds is down in Biloxi. A lot of really experienced storm chasers, and also they're seeing just unbelievable images, and they're sharing them with us. And one last look at where Nate is right now. We told you a little bit earlier that Nate has slowed down a little bit. Just from my own rough mathematics, it's moving at about 15 to 16 miles per hour or so. And if that's the case, the timing of this would put Nate into central Alabama between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock, and that's the southern end of our counties, and then getting into Birmingham and points north of that after noontime. So the speed has definitely slowed down. We will expect it to pick up a little bit more forward speed, but right now it's kind of crawling. It was moving quickly, 20 to 25 miles per hour earlier last night and yesterday afternoon, but right now kind of slowing down, so pushing the time of the bigger impacts back just a bit. But still, some moderate to heavy rainfall now falling in parts of the southwest corner of central Alabama. Hale, Greene, Perry, also Tuscaloosa County seeing some rain, and then up toward Gaston and Anniston through Etowah, Calhoun, and Cleburne counties. And of course, we're going to keep watching this throughout the rest of the night. If we do have any spin-up tornadoes, which we possibly had earlier last night between 7:30 and 9 o'clock or so, we were tracking one storm that could have been possibly producing a tornado. They'll go out and do a damage survey, probably not tomorrow, but on Monday to see. And we actually had some damage from Bibb County and also down in Autauga County too. So we'll be watching for those as some of the feeder bands move in to central Alabama later on this morning. And of course, the whole team will be here. Ashley Gann just walked in, and our whole CBS 42 News team will be here as well, helping us track Nate and its impacts on central Alabama. Alex, back over to you.
Absolutely. And, you know, as Nate just said, just reiterating this, we are going to continue tracking this storm throughout the morning. We have crews spread all over to keep you and your family safe. So stay with CBS 42 for the latest updates on Hurricane Nate. And as always, don't forget, you can always stay up to date with the Storm Track weather team. Make sure you download that CBS 42 Storm Track weather app. Also, don't forget our website, WIAT.com, and all of our social media platforms. I'm Alex Finney. We're going to be back in a little bit with another update.
This has been a CBS 42 Storm Track Severe Weather Update.